Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kirby, and this is a day off, but not quite a day off in the life of a mobile mechanic. Now, as you probably can hear and see from outside, it's absolutely chucking it down today. So I knew this in advance, didn't book any work in. But obviously, being a mechanic and somebody who's into cars, it's not really a day off because I've got a dry unit and I've got projects. So if you all remember, this is my free Peugeot 206 that I got off a customer. I've got the Mark II. Just see the layer of dust on this now. It is disgusting, and even some moss. And then we've also got my cheap BMW X5. It's a 4.4 V8 petrol. We've got this Chevrolet. Again, customer give me that. That needs a lot of work. And then I've got my Mini Cooper S. So, and then you can't see my Mark V Golf GTI Edition 30. So I'm just going to spend a day on my projects. So still working on cars. The Peugeot, it's like I said, customer give it for free. Again, have a look up in the top corner for why he gave me it for free. So I just need to go over it. It's sold pending an MOT, so I just need to have a look over it, just see if there's anything needs for an MOT. Yeah, and then I'll decide what I work on next. Maybe the Mini, because that's ready to be sold. So if you're after a Mini Cooper S, give me a shout. Or the Captiva. Again, any one of those cars, give me a shout if you're interested. I need to free up some funds for more projects. Anyway, let's get started having a look at this Peugeot. Right, so I've got my little light set up here underneath just to give us a bit more light, because I hate watching videos of cars underneath a ramp and you can't see anything. So anyway, I'm just going to have a look over it. Slight weep from the sump there. Nothing much. Looks like it's had some new drop links fairly recently. Brake pads and discs, I know they're good. You'll know if you watch the old video. Both sides, exhaust is all good. Rear brakes, rear suspension. Spare wheel. I'm actually really surprised at how good it is under here. This is going to fly through an MOT. So there are two issues I know about. One, we've got an indicator problem somewhere on this left hand side, because when I was driving it, yep, there we go. So we've got lights around here, but not on the back. These are okay. We're missing a side light here. Let's check our brake light. This is where my little trusty snow breaker comes in. I'm gonna pop that down on the pedal. We've got brake lights, top one, other brake light. And the other issue is I can't get into the boot. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try and get into that. Alright, we're currently just in the back trying to figure out how to manually open this. So I just had to delete some footage from the SD card on the camera because it was full. So but in that time I just took this cover off because I was struggling to get to here, and I thought, oh, this might be easier. So just gonna see what happens. Well, it appears I've now locked it, and that should be open. There we go. Ta-da! Let's see if it was just sticking. It's working now. Let's see. Haha. It's one job fixed. Right, so I've already done the other side. Well, actually, I say I've done the other side. I ordered 2 brand new fog lights because they looked all a bit crusty. But then I didn't have the correct bulbs for them at the time. They are a H8. So I've ordered those, but that was months ago now. And yeah, I forgot there's another little bulb that goes in here, so I'm gonna have to see if I've got the right one on my van. I'm just gonna take this wheel off so we can have access into the wheel arch. So this cover's got to come off. These have got to come out, and then we've got the washer bottle in the way. So probably gonna have to take that out to get to the bulb. But the reason why as well I got those new headlamps is because these are all corroded. Right, I'm not sure how well you can see, but yeah, this washer bottle tank has got to come out. Got a couple of screws up there that look quite corroded. We'll just unplug all these connectors and hopefully should be able to get that out without too much difficulty. Right, I actually resorted to just pulling the whole washer bottle out a little bit and squeezing it between the gap, because it's just BMW Mini just doesn't make any sense working on them, to be honest. Whenever I get a job come through, I've got a Mini. Nah, not interested. You can have Carl's number across the road. Logi Carl, I'll leave his link. BMW Mini specialist if anybody wants one. Very good one, and that's why I give all my work to him. That's the bulb done there. We've got one bulb out at the top there. They're all good. Get rid of this one now. This one needs an MOT as well. Right, up next into the workshop is the X5. Can't get in the driver's side because the handle is knackered. So we've got to come in the back. The battery is absolutely knackered. It's been sat around for about a year. Should have enough juice. Oh, close the door. Right, here she is, the big old beast up on the ramp. See what we've got here. So someone's already put some new arms on it there. Track rod end, new arm. This one's got some chalk on it, so we'll test the play in that one. It's all quite rusty. And then obviously we've got signs of coolant leaking just up the front there. Some oil there as well. And then we move towards the back. The exhaust is all okay. I don't know if you noticed, but when it was on the floor, both back ends, it was just sitting on the floor. But what I can see, I don't know if it's going to make any difference, but that's the ride height level sensor there. And it's just got a split underneath it. Well, I think the bolt goes through. I don't know if you can see it, but just up there. and it's the same on the other side. Where is it? There it is. You can just see it's got a split in it, so I'm wondering if that's the cause. Let's have a look at the bags. They're not in the best shape. Look a bit perished, the rubber. This one's not too bad. Let's test out some of these bushes. So just looking through the MOT history, it looks as though the customer has started to get these the list of repairs sorted, because this was on the MOT, this was on the MOT. But then also this side, offside front lower suspension arm pin or bush excessively worn. So I'm assuming it's that one. Well, that one's got some play as well. Oh yeah, just look up there. So that's got excessive play. But other than that, that's not too bad. And it has failed on an excessive oil leak. So let's get this under tray off and have a look. Right, that's the first cover off. And there is a lot of oil and coolant under there. Alright, let's get this second cover off. Okay, I don't think it looks too bad. Oil has obviously been leaking onto the downpipe here. From up there, probably the camp covers. I think we've got a bit of a leak on the gearbox as well. We'll do a full change on this anyway. Bit of a leak around the plug there. But overall, I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. Clean up those oil leaks, do the suspension arms, just work through that MOT list basically. It said the rear discs, I think, were they're a bit pitted. Right, I've cleaned up underneath as best as possible for now, and just going to see where this coolant leak is coming from. Don't you know, pump it up. Right, that's all pressurized now. Right, we can see a drip now. Just got to find out where that's coming from, which I suspect, if it's running down the front here, it's going to be the water pump. We've got a leak here too. Got two leaks, I think, unless that's running down somewhere. So yeah, we've got two leaks. One up there, you're not going to be able to see it. If I shine where that light is shining anyway, it's dripping down there. And then also on top of that coolant pipe there, you've got a sensor on top of the pipe. I think that's leaking as well, so we'll add that to the list. Right, I'm just activating the pump. Can you hear that? There's a big old leak going on there. Not so much this side. So there's quite a bit wrong with this car, and there's a reason why it was cheap. And Mrs. Curbside wants to keep it. I want to do it up and sell it and make some money. But also, how much money is going to be in it once I've finished? So I'm going to write a little list of things that are needed, and we'll price it all up and see if this is going to be worth it. The recovery guy did offer me a quick drink on it when he picked it up as well.
Part of me thinks I should have just taken it.
Right, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for the day. I was going to get started on the Mark II, but time's getting on and yeah. So I'll leave that for another day. But anyway, if you've enjoyed today's video and want to see more of some of these cars I've got, these little projects, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, two most important ones. Thanks for watching.